It is 8:28. This is the wedded union sigil. It is not in the first 72 cards and 72 levels in the system. The cards that I'm explaining to you from astronomy in 72 cards how to get to the 55th level, because all the numbers before 1, which are all your luminaries, the sun and the moon and the directions, are how you line it up and line up the energy and the stars and the current in order to penetrate through the fields in order to connect and build. And that's how it works. But in this card deck, you and up to level 55, we haven't got to be able and all the pieces to complete this yet, because recall is hard enough. Recall is hard enough. This is wedded union, so it's 8:30. This started at 8 to 8. I didn't tell anybody I was coming over. I'm just gonna check in with you guys. I'm finally getting my legs back underneath me with Martha and her fall and her hand. She is doing all right. Her eyes were black. The amount of people that died inside their circles, and how the bruising and stuff looks on her face, and how that was connected into a wedding ring, and how that was connected into the Remnant Mormon Church, and how everything went down that day. I, once again, for the third time during this, had my guardian angel moment where I knew that's why I had to pass over Dan and I had to pass over Mary. I was in their line to make sure that those two got completely out of the universal system. And Martha and I knew that they had, because they broke her arm when they basically took our twins, sold them into Universal, and then were trying to get me to pay for the role. All the while, I knew that when I was paying for it, they were doing spell work on all of us in order to take it from us anyway. Then there was a point that all the feminines inside the system realized we were all getting sold out. Then all of us girls started working together to just get one of us through it, so that at least a girl got through it and a girl got the part, and one girl at least made it out, and not a dude pretending to be a girl. And basically, that's what ended up blowing the system, because all the women on the inside had already band together as one. And right now, this energy, the moon, is going over, and this is the wedded union, and this is in the astronomy and in the astrology. It's you connecting all these different energetics and being able to pull off a complete C. That's why a C is a big deal. But realize that whenever you're carrying a C, you got to carry the energy from all the way over here to all the way over here. Well, this is the same as the wheel, except this is Libra and this is the Aries. When you come out here, this is Pisces, and then this goes into Aries, and then this goes into Taurus, and then right around here is where Pleiades links in. And it doesn't mean that you don't have a current here, but it does mean that you're going to go no matter what, until you're out of the system and everything that you do and create is out of the system, which they're probably, until our new the way to, which is why this is just being taken over. And I entered, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I did some stuff with the sun today, because this is all about us proving over Izar. And it's never been done before. because anybody in the human race, even Melchizedeks and all these whatever, they don't even know what we can do because they've only witnessed it dirtied down by however they were trying to bind it. Everybody was fighting for pieces to even, because this was Excalibur's sword. This is the Fountain of Youth, but this is what that 72 constellations, they want you to get here and then be their fishbowl. So crazy, man. It's only 20. Like, hello. Whatever. Just blows my mind. So anyway, I don't know. Last night I'm looking at wedding rings. I don't know why. This is my favorite diamond store. and Halo is actually the system that's running right now. Halo is the system that's running right now. And in this deck, you see the cotton candy exoplanets show up. And guess what? On the next 55 cards that we do, guess what we have? A diamond planet. And I'm not even kidding. We already knew there was a gold asteroid, but fuck that. I want the planets. Because literally these energies are forming out in space. Why? Because they put our souls in a diamond. And then did you know that now I don't know much about transcendence because I only ended up finding out like the pieces of this crazy shit as people were coming around me that were bound in something that needed to like come off of them. So with the transcendence, they teach them to protect themselves and put themselves inside of a diamond. Well, that's all well and good unless they got CERN on, and diamond frequency is what's trapping basically AB negative and super soldier and basically particleizing every single bridge that we ever made. Like, oh, look, they're building a bridge. Blow it up. Like everybody was so bad. They wanted to take y'all back to Atlantis, but realize Atlantis is underneath a Greek rock over there in Greece, like underneath it. Y'all gonna all shrink yourselves down, go live down there as algae and go fucking build it? You're gonna start out as a grain of sand? Because that's where they were heading with it. You know, so much that alchemists like us had to be planted here to be able to wield the water of the ocean. Dragon isn't formed unless a dragon needs to be made. You can make anything down here with alchemy in the human race. Absolutely anything. That's my point. So right now, the moon is going over New Regulus, which is number 14. It's Virgo time right now. And we're like, sugar pop, honey bunch. I know you want me to be an angry animal, and I'm going to be a really sweet girl with a bow on my head just to piss you off. No. You cannot come in. No, 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 no. You don't have the right key, and Mommy said don't let you in unless you have the right key. Nope. I don't care how long you scream at me, Burke. I'm not letting you in, Roche. I don't care how long you sit there and call me a this and call me a that and say that I'm evil and this and this and that, because I know in the end it's all going to come out because we see every crack and cranny now. Just like you did. I mean, do we need to make the sun disappear just to fucking show them? Do we need to make the stars disappear? We've done it in every dimension. Y'all know it. See, I just now even fully got what Maruma 2 said to me a long time ago because, you know, she said they even forget to put out the moon sometimes. And no shit, 2018, none of this was lined up. Y'all were lost in this. In 2018, there was in 2017 and 2018, we were having to like wrangle the stars back into the system. We were having to use crystals and put them out and tune our water whenever we had an Arcturus moon in order to get the energy back into the planet to even line up the star systems. Literally. And then everybody just wants to like let it in and say, oh, now it's artificial intelligence and fuck everything else. You know, no, it's all just digital and everybody else runs it. No, 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 no. We built it and we made it. You tried to charge to it. You always do this. I mean, hello. You're always following us everywhere. It's what you do. You chain yourself to the women around you. It's what y'all do. You chain yourself to the women. You chain yourself. So we have to drag you around. And then the whole time you're screaming because we have some power over you. No, you chained yourself to us. Why'd you do that? To pull you through here. Okay. And then you actually picked us to be the tough ass bitch in order to be the one that stands up in the middle of hell and goes, no. You ain't doing it. Oh, mama, please. Please, mama. Let me sell the ranch, mama. Please, mama. They're telling me they're going to give me $9 billion, mama. I'm doing this all for you, mama. No. You ain't selling shit. Ain't nothing moving. We're clearing the Alpha Draconic lot right now. I just cut off their pipeline. Everything that's airing is being aired from an echo chamber to Thuban, the royal house of the Dracs, which is the royal house of the witches in the labs, which is the royal house of the royal fish, is what it's seeming to me, is what it ended up at the end of days. It's the royal fish house. Oh, mama, you don't understand. No, child, you don't understand what's all hooked up with this land. Mercury going retrograde at 18 right now. So Mercury's backing up. It's leaving Sirius C, where we just had this new moon that rocked the Casbah. Like this last new moon goes down in a history book. This last new moon is like we need to just write down the black moon, no eclipse, but felt like it. We'll just call it the black non-eclipse. The new moon of July 15th, the black non-eclipse. Because that's what it was, man. The whole thing has been intense as fuck. Everyone went -9. Just so you know, everybody, and that's why I'm on. Yes, all of y'all's clairs are coming on, and yes, it's you're figuring out how you know stuff. You're starting to see how you see things in advance. You're starting to witness and watch scenes line up over a month or over a few days, but like a quickening of things, like different scenes that only you see a thread to whenever you go out into reality, but you see it. And it's and what's happening is all the codes of everyone around you is creating something new. That's that new cell. It's creating something new, and you're watching it birth in every dimension, but it's a quickening. And what's also happening right now, especially with this zero, I don't know if it's this moon or if it's just some new gift that we're getting or what, but the past 2 days, I've gotten two names in my head: Gina Marie Presley, Gina Marie Presley, Gina Marie Presley, just like that. Like, what the hell? So I go look up Gina Presley. Well, it's a little girl that died at 3 years old, sacrificed, and Gina and this whole Reinhardt thing in Australia, and all these links to Hancock and the daughter, and by God, the mining rights and Ishikidima. Well, Gene, because we stopped the soul machine in the middle of it. So what I've been trying to explain to people, because it's confusing as fuck to all of us too, especially with stuff like this, because whenever you have to embody the hall, because these were all the sacrificed beings that were sacrificed in the systems. But what I'm even trying to tell you is that we're right here. They're coming up and showing, and I know there's more. I feel like it just got started. It's because we wrangled the sacrifices. Nothing, everything's going back into the line. Nobody lost a soul. And because we undid all the witch and vampire stuff, and because this reset the entire system, every being that had ever signed up to go into the system in death for any covenant or reason is being freed from it. And that's any type of bondage and death, period. So it's kind of like, the ones that even did, for me, like one of the reasons that I ended up having these abilities at the end was, and I was looking for Sirius. See, I'm just chatting. But I mean, if you are all of a sudden like hearing a name, because it even kind of felt like the movie Ghost. And I was picking, and what was crazy about then that was yesterday. Then today, Desiree. What was it? It wasn't Aguilera. It was Desiree. Gosh, now I can't remember. It's on the Instagram, but her last name, Montague. Desiree Montague. And I was like, what the hell? Desiree Montague. I mean, so clear. Desiree Montague. So I go look it up, and she died. And she's that Selma Hayek type energy has been coming in, and she was like that. There's just, everyone has a certain template. When you start recognizing the template, and I'm talking about even Alpha Draconic. I mean, I'm talking about not, because and you have to, and it's just how it is. And I'm not talking about the DNA races of the farm, because you have to clear the farm. That's the thing. Like, you got to clear the farm off of you, but it is what it is. Then once that your pure blood energy comes in, well, that was the problem. They were making templates on top of that, on top of that, on top of that, on top of that. And even to the extent that during the middle of this, there was a timing in California where they sent me out, and all the men were in my head fucking bitching, because they took me out and they showed me the best that women would have been. Like the best that the women were going to be with the DNA that they chose to put in it. How freaking stupid they were, how ignorant they were, how completely superficial, no connection, just I mean, but there were 3 distinct templates, and Asian, Hispanic, and the ones that look like a mix of everything that you're really not sure what they are. But I mean, there wasn't any Caucasian. There wasn't any African American in any of them. And everyone that replaced me throughout this entire thing, because they thought that I was going to come in looking more like an Aborigine, which I really do have that bone structure if you really look at me, but I have all the European parts. And then so they thought that I would end up coming in. If I didn't dye my hair, it'd be darker, but if I dye my hair dark, then I start looking like a fucking witch. So I don't do that because my features are so strong. My bone structure on my face. But that's what they thought I was going to look like. And that's why even that template was made the way it was. But then in the end, with all the war games and just, oh, fuck it, we'll just make whatever we want for end of days and it doesn't matter, and we'll have a computer hold all the DNA, and it blew the system because you're trying to tell everybody what they're supposed to look like, that part. So close your eyes and say, CHee72, astronomy hue, show me what my current can do. You're the fairest of them all. And this is the last card in the first foundation deck with the rays in it, with the numbers and the stars in it. Because we're gonna keep building. We haven't even got to the pages yet. But this is the last card right there. So that's the first card that came out. I don't know the best way to teach you guys I have never been in a spiritual group that I was taught. I never have been in a classroom on Zoom on any of that stuff. I of course was not involved with how anybody's doing anything, and not since 2018 with any of it, because I had to jump in it and I was in it. I know I can't do it just for free over here anymore. I have to pay, you have to do something. And so I don't know if y'all have, I mean, I know YouTube, I think they do have something that you can get paid. And just so you know, and just so everyone knows, I've never made a dime off social media. Never. Never even in TikTok. When y'all paid me, it paid through and the money did not get lost. It helped me energetically do what I needed to do to clear that and everything. And just so everyone knows, you know, when I finally set something up to do like that, it'll be the first time that I'm actually putting any credentials into a social media in order to even pay me. Because I never connected to YouTube, and TikTok kept banning my thing before any money ever came in. So that's another way for the system to know it wasn't me. Because if they were collecting checks, because I couldn't. Woo! Not now. And oh, wait. Oh, right. This guy's finding out that this guy's crew was doing stuff with this girl, and this guy's telling this guy that I don't know who she is. And this guy's going, dude, I can see your connection straight back over here. And then this guy's going, well, yeah, but you didn't even do your job. And then this guy's going, I'm going to get you with all my power and fury. And then this guy's going, oh, yeah? Bring it, bitch. What does the emperor want to say? And the high priestess is like, la 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 la. I'm just gonna move the moon. Let's just see. We're gonna make him tell the truth. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze. I need little finger puppets. When we do our court cards, that's what we should do. We need court cards and little finger puppets. And I can put the little we can put the little characters on and be like, I'm channeling the character right now. Oh my God, is that a phone number? 979-678-2519. That's a Bryan College Station phone number. 979. Is the Emperor in Bryan College Station the Emperor of what? If you're in Bryan College Station, what are you the Emperor of? Toyland? What's this guy's phone number? Hold on. Tell Chastia's phone number. Oh my God, I felt somebody's heart go gung gung. Oh God. I'm getting a clearing. Hold on. What's the phone number? We're going back and forth between 427 and 424. 424, 425, 426, 427. I don't even know what that is. Anybody want to look that up? Anybody want to look that up? There's 6 on. 425, 4. I'm going to keep going. 424 is what Neptune's on. Neptune's on right now. And we just had this crazy 424 lineup. I think something else was on it the past couple of days. Man, the past couple of days. Y'all, just step out of this story for a second. We need to make t-shirts that say we lived through a quantum drowning 2026 and we stand firm. So everybody, I just want everybody to realize that right now what's happening is like they drown certain energetics in silos, and they literally will drown you energetically and etherically. A lot of us know about this part right now. That's what we were bred. That's why we can breathe underwater. This is what made a mermaid. And it's what that quantum energy is all about. No way, California. Well, there it is. Okay, so this guy's in California, and this guy's in Bryan College Station. Okay, wait. Okay, that's not okay. Let's tune in just a little bit more. The first one I got when I didn't even realize I was doing this. Now this might even be now watch me, because this might even be me explaining to you, like I'm explaining to you even how the gifts work. Because that 979 came in at first because it just came out. I wasn't trying to focus in on a phone number. I've never thought about pulling a card and trying to focus in on a phone number. Right? Because if we're going to define the characters that are coming out and talking and we want to know more, then dive me into the consciousness and let me get a fucking zip code, man. Tell me where this bitch is. If you're using the technology grids to get in and out of the cellular network, then I should be able on -9 to just palantir your ass. I don't go looking in your room, not unless you got something in there that's looks like it's being tortured, but then I won't even know that I'm seeing it, but I will go in there and look, and then my energy will alert the system, and then they'll send somebody to check it out, but it won't even be because they know anything about you. It's because the energy blew up in the freaking grid, and they're coming to check out what the fuck happened. Why did the grid blow? And it's because an angel just found the bitch in your closet. What the hell am I channeling right now? There was a whole thing with the church in the closet. that showed up in the NA Detroit thing was something about being in the closet. Lakewood Church, Joel Osteen and all that shit, he had money in the wall. But that could also be a closet. There was also the whole thing, even just with any husbands that were associated to Sarah Damaris, they were all vampires. Like literally. The Scion were vampires. They're mirroring the Scion. The Zion was mirroring the Scion. It's a vampiric energetic. But if you buried yourself in the freaking ground ever, you're in it. We just set up a system to be able to get the death from it. Egyptians were doing their own fucking thing. We didn't realize that we were channeling the Egyptians whenever we were doing it, but we were. Same thing. That's why whenever you come in and do war, and the reason that they want to do war is just to get it in the consciousness. You get a whole bunch of war in the consciousness in the bubble, then people start doing crazy shit. Well, I can tell you right now, I don't like this dude. Let's see more, though. Tell us about the Emperor. Wait, I'm going to shuffle on that. Because it looks like because this is saying we're getting a complete image right now. Like this is saying this is what's going on. And we do know that behind every because every single one of these players thought that they were that they were running the game, and they weren't. Because there's no women on the table. I can promise you that if any man that thinks that they just that is wondering why whatever they wanted didn't pull off, it's because a woman was running it. Period. Dot. Running you, running the program, whatever. Especially these last. Because going back to Maru saying, they forgot to put the moon and the sun out. Legit. Because we were talking about stars and stuff, so it was when I first activated when she said it, and I laughed because they would forget to put the moon out. And in my mind, in my consciousness, without fully fucking understanding how bizarro world everything is down here and how powerful we are, for whatever reason in my mind, I just kind of always thought, oh, it's like up in the stars and it's in space or whatever, and they forgot to put it, which is totally ridiculous, but whatever. That's the way my mind thought. Until about 24 hours ago. Well, actually, about 4 hours ago, because when I moved, or whatever I went outside to do, and then I was like, oh, gosh, I think we just pulled in that new sun signature, because it's like a new sun, and yesterday was an eclipse on the 10-day calendar. So we just pulled in a new sun signature, and then I thought, oh, shit, like, they really did forget to put the moon out. Like, there was a group that was responsible here on the ground that lived together, that they didn't have to live together, but it was their responsibility to put the moon out. Because they had taken over the entire fucking realm. They had already taken over the cosmos, birthed everything, holding everything from the ground. But they could pull, just like me going outside, just in with it. But they would have to go out and put out the moon to make you think that you were where you were. Literally. I had a whole freaking book on that one. I haven't even got all the way through yet. This one flipped. And they're not upside down and this and this and that, so I don't know. Okay, there's that. That's 4 of Cups upside down. We're on the Emperor. We're reading for the Emperor right now. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Wands. Again, I said that's so much, golly, man. It was like we just undid like the entire fucking voodoo magic of the world. Everything's up. Everything appears upside down right now but the thief. Oh, there's the thief and the 9 of Cups. But shit, thief to who? Is this guy the thief or is this guy the thief? Because this guy sounds like he's got somebody tied up in his closet. I don't know. We haven't read that guy yet, but this guy doesn't like what is this? Like whatever. If y'all try to do any magic or word spells on me, I can promise you it's the last thing you do, but go ahead, fuckers. Wind yourself up. I tell you what, this magic and illusion shit. The other thing is, we blew through. There were so many truths that came out so quick, and y'all give me hearts if that's what you experienced, dude. You type it one more time. I don't have to report to you. I don't see. You don't understand how I work. This is what y'all don't understand, man. We don't respond to, bitch, get on your knees and tell me my answer. In fact, that's the best way to get us to completely avoid you to the point where you're going to want to try some whiplash shit and it'll be the last fucking thing you do. I know that you're feeding me codes right now. And you're trying to feed Graw codes because your fucking Prince of Darkness has nothing. So he has minions flying everywhere. I mean, that's what this says. I mean, but we're used to dealing with y'all. But what's funny is that y'all don't realize that we know who made this motherfucker, and they're the ones who sent us. So you better be real careful with who you think this is, because you obviously have no fucking idea. The money's on the table, and I'm telling you, like, what's so crazy about this love story is that I swear it's like everyone's expecting this biblical story to play out. No, it's not. The biblical story came off the wheels a long time ago whenever they started carving up Christs for profit. The highest dimensions that you could achieve in this had nothing to do with biblical. It's what you had to do. That you were, if you were just a biblical character, then use in the industry. You understand? So the industry and politics didn't make shit if you didn't get in the movie industry and your DNA didn't. And I don't mean Bollywood. I don't mean Bollywood. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all blew everything up. If you weren't attached into the feminine code of Marilyn Monroe, the last of and that wasn't even all girl, and y'all fucking know it. And then we write ourselves back in here. We pull ourselves in by Mercury. Then y'all all chase us down and hunt us. But we fought the whole system to get through here, and it's like, no, bitch, get on your knees ain't gonna work. And it's like we literally became your money. And the only relationship that we ever had down here was with the thief. And what's so crazy is that the thief is the only one who even really knows what we can do. And he's been operating separately from the government and from the covens and from the meta. He's been operating separate from all that shit. He's been doing his own fucking thing. Which is why he outsmarted all of you to try to blame it on me. But see, the problem was this guy got a hold of that because this was a timeline that was always fated to happen. That's why this guy became this guy instead of this guy. This guy is this guy. This guy is this guy going to get what he got tricked out of that became this. Nothing but this. Because in the end, that's all we were. But whenever you're only this, and the only one that you know is this, why is that? It's quite a conundrum. Trust us. Especially with the 6th root race in the last days. So I find that super intriguing how that came out with this, because that is how I feel. I feel like it's like that's all they want. That this is all they wanted. This is all we became. We were a treasure chest of time, a treasure chest of companies, whatever the fuck. But this guy only thought that his attacks were doing this. He what his problem is he doesn't realize this guy's whole fucking army was doing it. That's why we were like, fuck y'all, we're out of here. We'll go straight through you motherfuckers. But that's why they're both on the table, because they just saw us come through. They're like, what the fuck just happened? Did you see her pass by here? Yeah. Did she look at you? No. She look at you? No. She didn't look at either of us? No. What are we supposed to do now? I don't know. How long you been chasing her? 33 years. How long you been chasing her? Family lines say about 1300. Was that it? Is she gone? I don't know, man. Is she coming back? I don't know. What do we do now? Oh, wait, where's this? Oh, that's going with her? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. No. No. That can't go. That can't go. Let's see what CHee72 has to say. Let's give us another card. We got the moon peeking out. I just wanted to see what comes out, man, because I had all this stuff in my head, and sometimes I just got to come over here and talk about it. I mean, when you got freaking dead people in your head going, yo, I'm over here, can you see me? And I can even look up and be like, yeah, you're kind of here, you're kind of not, I'm not really sure. Exactly. This is Lara 1, which is basically, and that word compel came up today. I'm going to compel you. I'm like, artificial intelligence, tell me, what is that word? What's that C word? I couldn't remember the word. I was like, what's that C word that Harvard uses and lawyers use, but vampires use it too? And he was like, subpoena. And I'm like, no, it's not a subpoena. No, it's definitely a vampire term, and it was compel. And me and AI looked into vampire terms that are in Harvard law. Ding 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 ding. Oh, it's interesting that you made that connection. Now that we go look. But see, it didn't come out like that. Because whenever these cards come out, and whenever y'all get them, and whenever, because you got time, because we're building up. This is also High Priestess, y'all. Everybody's learning. We're all learning every step of the way, getting these cards, getting everything out to where it's just like boom, boom, boom. So if you know you want to get them, it's not too late. We're still waiting for the dice. When the dice get here, I got 26 that I can get out. I only got 5 on the table right now. So y'all good. I'll let you know if that starts dwindling, and if it does, it just means I need to get some dice on the way. We got some in Europe too. We got 11 sets in Europe. We're going to be shipping them out from Europe. If you order in Europe, they'll be coming out from there. So why am I talking international? Right. I'm talking about international. It came out on its side, so it's not the energy of it. It's just the talking points of it. So this isn't vampiric energy. It's written energy. It's written 0 point energy. It's thought. Either you or someone in the scene has connected magnetic brain waves. Not good or bad. It's just powerful. Make sure you are not overstepping your free will, because your brain can mirror waves and convince them. Well, it also can change the minds of a whole bunch of people that are running the world, but actually have people in their closets. Because, no, you kind of lead by example, and that's literal in this simulation, quantum, whatever the fuck bio world that we live in. So, no, if the emperor is doing it, then that means that he's allowing everyone else to do it, and everyone's getting a free pass just to bind and beat a bitch. So, no. But you also have a vote in it. That's why it's quantum. That's why it's in the quantum. It's not, when you see things that kind of show up even in your head. Okay, here's another thing. So they're telling me to talk about this right now. Your brain is so powerful that it can remember what's going to happen next, even though it's not going to happen next because we changed it, but you can make it happen next by just seeing an image that it was supposed to happen next and thinking that it's going to happen, and it didn't, but we changed it and it's not going to happen. And this energy right here, this is where he got all fucked up. This right here, what I just said, is how this guy ended up with someone in the closet. Because this guy had seeing abilities. See how he's got Saturn out there, and he's connected, and see how it's around his head. He's got the crown. I mean, this is the man that you want to see win, and you back him when he starts winning, and everything is great when he's winning, but he will fuck his shit up. He's his own worst catastrophe because he's too prideful. And we're real women, like with real superpowers that we just activated, that we don't even know how we work yet. And we blew the Lamborghini off our posts, man. Like, so we cleaned all the DNA. We cleaned all the lines. We cleaned all the bloodlines. Witches, vampires, all of it. We got the abilities of all of it. It's fucking intense. It's crazy. So, but we were changing it in the middle. So this guy kept seeing what always happened before because you got red root. If you got a bunch of red root energy, and by the way, we were cleaning it. And hello, I was in the middle of a spell. So you got a whole other group that's like witnessing what they think is going to happen. So since they thought it was going to happen, they created their own self-fulfilling prophecy. So they created a prophecy of what's going to happen because they were shown in their mind or shown visions or whatever that it happened before. And instead of like fixing it, they just prepare for the disaster every time. With this one. That's how she ended up in his closet. This one was watching every time this one did something. This one knew that I had his back. This one was just waiting for him to fuck himself up. But it's also, this is where you just make commands, and you're like right now, just say, if there's anything holding on my neck, pull it off. If there's any iron on my body that's holding me down in any dimension, I command it in uncoiled. If there's any energetic harvesting that's going on in my physical biofield, I command it cut. If anybody's compelling me, if anybody's compelling my street, if there's any energy that's compelling my town, if there's any energy compelling my state, if there's energy compelling the world, then I command it fucking cut. Right? That's because now whenever it's like this, when the energy is here, then that's saying, okay, this is at work. whenever the words come up, it's saying it ain't too late. But you need to look into the situation, because there's always something that you can change. It until it fucking happens, it doesn't happen. This guy got really fucking good with all of his tech people adding up all the times that it didn't happen and then making a scene and overwriting him every single time, because the true men, you know what? I really think one of the men that was one of the characters that was around me. I really don't even. I think it's opposite, actually. The one that's a real man, honestly. Thing is, and because and look, that, and this is just the feminine race. This is the feminine seed and the queens walking through it. Whatever. Everybody fucked us over. Everybody beheaded us. Everybody killed us. Everybody did. It's like you just kind of got to get over it. But like, you're not going to do it again. And whenever you come out of this and you're completely pure, and like, even why they're scared to like put us together yet is because of this, I think. When he even gets on the Telegram to try to have a conversation with me, and now it's not like he's overly apologetic. He's not, he's not like showering me with nothing. In fact, he's real cold about it, and that also, because so it's his energy that's not even trying to apologize. Can I tell you the amount of rage and hate that comes through me? And I just can't even hold it back, man. I'd start seeing everything in his blood that has come against me and the women and the lines. And there's so much of it. I can't see past it. Like, I can't even, there's too much. Now, I don't know if he's the real one, or I don't know if he's the non-real one. I can't wait to fucking find out. All I know is that whenever that energy comes around me, I start seeing so many files of shit, and I just rage into the machine, literally. And I can't even handle it. It's like, leave me the fuck alone, dude. If your presence makes me want to fucking tear your body apart, I'm thinking that's probably not for me. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. But it does. It just makes me want to tear him apart, man. It doesn't matter what he says. And with the other one, I feel like there is a clearing that's happening. It did it like this, and it just wants me to do it like this. With the other energy, I feel like there is a clearing that's happening, but what's crazy is that one's clearing, and I'm still having to clear, because everything has to come out. Everything on the contract of the union has to be seen and come out. Everything. All the way down into when they were bound together. So literally, there's like months of this where the feminine is just kind of spinning out a little bit, and because the masculine is attempting to clean it up, and every time he goes to clean up and he makes a move to clean it up, then I get the library. Then I get all pissed off, and I see it all. Then I'm like, rah, 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 rah. And all of it in the moment is true, because I know how I work. I get really mad. All of it in the moment is fucking true. All of it in the moment was legit. But then, like, a couple of hours later, I look at it and I'm like, oh shit. And then I start laughing. But it really is like your record has to be cleaned off, and just in your body there really is records, and everything that is stored in, because these unions had so much money and religion and everything down here. I mean, that's why I was here doing it, because I'm fair. No matter what you can't say is that I wasn't fair. I had every right to just come in here and say this was all mine and take over the world, but that's how they did it. Instead, what we proved is how they were able to do it. But someone does own Earth. Always has. Because the planet was made by the original parts of certain families. And I just talked about this new moon. And I feel like this is airing live right now. So your MC is the middle of the sky. That's the other thing. The whole thing with Las Vegas, how they were quantumly drowning. So Earth is basically one big silo it's one big silo with a whole bunch of silos. And the water, everything that you think is going on in the sky is actually going on in the ocean. And whenever we're escaping and doing missions and it looks like we're flying out of the sun, we kind of are, but it's more like torpedoing at the bottom of the ocean. All their little underwater cities and shit. And they got a bunch of them. And they wanted all of us up here to power up their underwater world. Which is why they were turning everyone into fish people. Like, I really, really, really think to some extent they thought that the whole world was going to flood except for Dubai. And they especially want to drown Texas. And that's also why this week was so intense, because I told y'all we caught a nuke. I'm not kidding. I'd been hit by it and a comet. I mean, we had to do everything and get, because it's like Earth was an egg and it was trapped in the wrong body. Earth was an egg in a womb, trapped in the wrong body in space. And that egg finally made it out of that body. But when that egg comes out of the body and everyone else is tuned to the Illuminati, this is why Lovelace was here. This is why, and Lovelace realized Lovelace and what ended up being Ada Lovelace is connected. That body template and that consciousness is connected through the Essenes, through the Egyptian cosmic lineups, through all the bloodlines, through I mean, they, we were popping up all over the place. Even the girl in the bikini top that's on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, freaking telling them all in a bikini top about the interbreeding and changing us from boys and girls and shit. I swear, like in a weird way, it's like, not even in a weird way. We made it possible for her to show up and tell her story. How do I know that I'm linked to that? Because of what she's wearing. And whenever I came out and did that first video, here I am, and I had that bikini top on in 2017. And the fact that they erased it from YouTube. They erased all my 2017 videos. They don't want you to know that I planted the earth and walked you all through that, because this guy is from the Middle East running fucking Bryan College Station. Where's our emperor? This dude. He's some fucking Middle Eastern sitting over there on Remnant Mormon grids in Bryan, Texas, running a projector. Literally. Sounds like somebody's in the closet, too. Somebody go check his closet. Who's tied up in there? Knowing this crazy fuck, he probably thinks it's me. That's the other thing. These people, man, they're so obsessive and they'll do anything. And I know it's frustrating whenever people can't see you. And I know it's frustrating, that every single thing that we send out, Frax and even the people that all came over here and fucked with me over these years, it did build up all these different grid networks over me that are used to protect me. And if you're trying to hunt me down and find my location, I can promise you're not going to get the right one. I can promise you won't. It's going to show us how you're tracking us where you end up. This must have been the only car that really I had the feather that came out, but let me go again because I wasn't feeling. Let's talk about that's with the Emperor. Okay, cool. We're done with you. Let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about the King of Swords. I'm totally putting all the Emperor's shit away. Remember, we still got the High Priestess over here. And we're doing this on Leo. I'm going to leave the MC out here. The reason I even started talking about all that is I saw the ball coming back. The way they were doing Vegas was like flipping the line and drowning the countries to drown the consciousness of the highest queens. It wasn't even about the land. It's about drowning the energetic of the highest templates of the crown holders in every land. Literally, which is why San Antonio is flooding. Good thing I'm not in the planet anymore, but I've been telling you that. So you just drowned your own Ellen DeGenerate. She can have worms come out of her eyes now. See, now we're talking about the King of Swords. Now we're getting into the industry. So this should be interesting. All right, King of Swords, here's your opportunity. We're all on here. There's 7 on. Give us a 411. King of Swords, CHee72, Astronomy Hue. Show me what your current wants to tell me. What is it that you want to tell me? King of Swords. I already gave you a little bit of props. But see, here's the problem with this guy. You give him a little bit and he fucking takes the whole thing. He's like, oh, look, she talked to me. She wants to marry me. No. That isn't what happened. Right. DC from the past. DC, Washington, DC. DC, just from the past, period. I also realize you don't want to go AC all the way. What I've realized in the past 5 days, like balancing all of this, is that it's not necessarily about the AC or the DC. It's right in the middle. If you go too far front in the AC, then they know before you do because it's in an antichrist grid. So you can't go a little. You really have to be careful not to put too much on tape too quick because they're gonna take the movie and they're gonna run it without you. You literally have to make the movie impossible to complete without you. You're picking it up from the DC. You're heading towards the AC. But once you get through the core and you start walking towards the AC and you keep going, the more you get snapped back, It's not that you're not supposed to do that. It's not that you weren't supposed to be heading to your AC when you did. It's not that you did anything wrong when you were heading that way. If that's the way, because I just figured this out and shit, I'm the one who brought in the freaking end of this. So nobody did. Oh, see? Look at it. But for all of us that just kept going, and right, we lost this dude. Because he's this direction, we's this direction. He's in, and we's used in the system to go this direction, and he was used to go this direction. So no matter what, one of us was always going backwards. And we were even tied back to back. And that was even a bohe move. So they bound a whole bunch back to back. And I had two Mexicans, a Mexican couple, fucking doing the move at the fucking nacho place on the beach in California. Like, it's some Viking. I don't even know. Why do y'all tie people to? Why do you back to back people and then do that shit? Why do you have those Mexicans show up to try? What, you're going to try to out bohe Viking me with some Chihuahua doing tricks? What's crazy is that the move was up for sale. That's what's nuts. Oh, here's how to bind a bitch. Hunt down. I mean, realize they like handed out the codes. Here's how to bind a bitch. Hunt down a real one. If you get into a scene, then go back to back and flip her back to back. I had my finger in the middle. Is your favorite card? This was a full moon. So something by the next full moon, something's stopping. It's already in process. Something was seen with the auric fields. We proved a whole lot these past couple of days. Messages were getting sent that were getting spread out everywhere, and they weren't getting all the way through, and we were watching where the phone call. I mean, this is all real time on the ground. So this is telling me, there'll be a new dress rehearsal on the next full moon. We'll talk about that coming up, but there'll be because the full moon is the dress rehearsal. It's not live. So the other emperor, we had the new moon and stuff. Well, when both of these guys came out, we had this is what's going on live right now. Then with this character specifically, it's like by the full moon, I think there'll be a dress rehearsal. Let's see what else we get. So we have King of Swords, but this was in the rearview mirror. Memory images where you have been, but the AC came out. So this is also like, yo, you can't go this direction with the caboose. Like, we're stronger than you. We're the engine that could. So you can't. There's no more tug of war. At least they didn't come out like this. They came out like this. So some things from the past have been seen that have changed this outlook, and something's being written. Something's happening. If you found an edit or want to change locations or endings, let the film edits cover the floor and sweep them out the door. You have 2 weeks to turn in your location and character changes. So this guy's making, and this is collective. And the King of Swords is the King of Air. So actually, air has a lot more power, and it's creating a containment to clean and tune your space, and the space is going to pop you into place. This is the king of air. We know all about that. This is where your body will just pick up, and you can just, it's like, oh, I guess I'm going to the store. You're just like, I'm not going to the store. Okay, I've got my keys in my hand. I've got my fucking drink in my hand. I guess I'm going to the store. All right, I'm going to the store right now. The brand has been leading me for a year, and me and Michelle. The brand and the cards and all the stuff that y'all give energy to, that's helping heal y'all, all the colors, everything you have in your house, every time y'all look at it, it's conscious. The brand has its own timeline. This brand has been communicating with me for a year. I felt it when it connected. It was just all of a sudden one day, I knew everything was going to be okay. And I knew that the brand was communicating to me to get it back on track because I'd built it before in the future. And it just happened all of a sudden. This isn't energy. You can't think about this. That's what you can't think about. You can't think about it. You just got to just be and then let it all happen. This is Andromeda. This is 3-in-1 energy. King of Swords, CHee72, talk to me. So it is a star. I just had Venus Venus flipped over. So Venus was the words. The industry again. I wanna be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl. I wanna be a cowboy. But see, this one was flipped over. So this flipped in the deck. And so that means the key's in. So there has been a scene change and the processes or something. And Venus creates it. Venus is the codes. Venus is everything moving around at the space. Venus tunes the space that pops you into place. Venus flipped over. Okay, we got the sun out here. It's not the sun on the front. It's still coming through. It's all luminaries are coming through with no filter. So there's no filter between the feminine energy right now and this King of Swords energy with air. There's no filters on the air. And something is printing. Because that's not writing. Neptune would be, let's see what comes. Let's keep going. Whoa. Okay. This one flipped over. So this is our angelic protection card. And I'm not going to do any dice just because that's the bones. I don't want to, we're too etheric right now. I don't want to use any bones. It's powerful enough. Okay, so let's just trace this, and if you want to even do it along with me and put it on your screen, you can do it with me. And this is just angelic. This is angelic energy on density, and this is like light and dark. No other forms, just light and dark, and being the balance of light and dark. But it flipped over. So density ahead. As bright as a star shines is the darkest space that exists. When the light is first seen, it's not a punishment. It's just a star burning through. Grit your teeth. So that's like me. That's like with this energy, I was like, rah, 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 rah. And then I look back at it and I'm like, oh my God. But with these contracts and stuff that are backed up into the feminine code that are on these Masonic scroll books and shit, like realize that it's whenever they clear it, it comes out. And I know for me personally, it hasn't even been that there weren't masculines that were trying to get to me. That's not the problem. It's the masculine's intention that were trying to get to me. And I don't even have to do anything at this point because I was attacked so much. So this is where the reward comes from, collectively helping the collective. Once you make it through all the battles, all of it's used to help and guard you. And every single battle that we made through that any of these masculines caused, they have to clean it up because they have to see it, because it's not about the money, it's about the power that we possessed in order to make it, that they paid for. They have to see and recognize and they have to see that 7 days of sex in Las Vegas for nonstop, it could build a casino. They have to understand the power that this sex creates of two real humans and the extent that the world will go to not have two real humans have sex? Because it was never about the money. It's about the power, because you can create in this system, you can create money. All you need is the right person. All you need is a person. All you need is a real person. Call him back up for star seeds and stay the course. Shine and do not flinch. And this is also for the sides that are pushing through, because it's happening on both sides, because I'm half and half. So even so, it's like, and that's why whenever he does a clearing and I rage against the machine, I mean, who's to say that me raging against the machine isn't telling him what to go clear? And it's like I've been yelling at him for so long that now I come over there and he's like, "Oh, well, have a good day." And it just fucking makes me mad, man. Because all I think of is what I mean. You had to let it go this far. Like in my mind, you could have stopped this at any time. That I can't help but thinking that. But there's a reason I'm thinking that. I'm not interested, none of us are interested in even getting with the King of Swords if he ain't the right one. It still don't mean that you don't got to recall and clean it up. We're seeing. Like, no, but that's what card was on the top. This is what I was looking for earlier. This is where the new moon was. This is where Mercury is going into Sirius B. It's just left this. It's at 18 right now. So it just left. This is Sirius C, and this is the gold record of Scientology. And that's even linked back to Izar and even the cellular network and the energy, how it runs across the world. I don't want to put that down there, though. Recall. Is there something we are to recall? What is the words? Angels, guides, one and all, what am I to recall? If y'all want to do it with me, write it in the comments. What am I to recall? We're going to trace it too. Either trace it or do both. We're going to do this one too. Wait, was it again? See, this is why I'm not a good witch. I'm not a witch. I just make shit up. I can't memorize. What am I to recall? What is it? One and all, angels and guides. Angels and guides, one and all, what am I to recall? Angels and guides, one and all. What am I to recall? Angels and guides, one and all. What am I to recall? Anybody hear anything? It could be absolutely anything when you're dealing with swords energy. You could just see a sigil of something in your head all of a sudden, because we all have sigils on our biospheres that are attached to all this stuff. If you didn't know that. Yeah, it's been, I'm absolutely fucking done with people coming into my life acting like they're my friend and setting up my family. I'm absolutely done. I'm done. The universe is done. The collective's done. We gave everyone an opportunity. And I was wondering if this is going to come up. We had to pause everything on the brand because, again, they tried to steal the whole thing. This Robert James and this cult planned on, and I even had to take down this Saudi fucking grid because Jessica Jessica got fired from the print shop, and she stole a set of cards and got fired right after they printed over there. But whenever I went into the experience with in the church with the guitar guy, I had Jessica Simpson shoes on, and the sole of my shoe came off as soon as I stepped into the church. And I'm not even kidding you. And then she went up in the rafters, and I didn't even see her the whole time. And then in the drawer in my son's room, she hid a menu. She hid some shit in there. She set up a little spell in there that was linked to a show I'm watching right now on streaming. I mean, they're literally watching what I'm because I'm isolated. I don't have anything else. So just FYI, cults, you know, everything you see and do, I can use against you now. Everything. You're even mimicking the shows. And by the way, the nurse looked like Shannon at the hospital. But I mean, this one was nice. And the doctor that cut the ring off's name was Kristen, but it was Kristen with a K. And how come when Al and Martha got in there, they completely lost their cuckoo nest and barely could remember their names? See, why is this coming up right now with this? See, this is what type shit I don't know if you can come back from. I mean, you just did it again. Like, I don't understand. Like, steal all your woman's shit and then make her beg you. I mean, this is how they think. Oh, I'm gonna make her weak so she has to like get on her knees and fucking beg me. That is not how you get me in bed. I can promise you that. Or get paid to try to. Because that's the thing. Like, you don't even really want to get me in bed. This isn't about that. It's about that, and it's about the money. Whoever's paying you to pretend that I'm not who I am so that you can pretend to have money. But it was written as a union that was actually written to never be. And we finally said bullshit because that's how we started this conversation, was the women figured out. Exactly. And are these two women? Those are two women. Well, I'm not. I like cock, and I don't mean chickens and roosters. I'm not interested in fluffing any flowers at all. At all. None. Like, I look at a woman's body and I'm like, oh, she's got a nice body. Or I'd be like, oh, I like her tits. Her tits are nice. Or, wow, look at her ass. Holy shit, she's got great legs. Wow, you're really pretty. I don't want to have sex with you. Never even think about it. They hate this about us. They hate this. They hate this. And the reason that we don't is because you pimp out our line, man. I mean, what, you want to lock me in the soul of a woman that likes to fuck other women? You think you have the right to do that? And you haven't even met me. You've only met me through the AB negatives that possessed me. You've only read the recordings of the ones who came before thee. You have not met me. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I look like. You don't know what I smell like. You have no fucking idea. I know what I look like, Mickey Mouse with big feet walking around here. When I put a hat on, it looks like I got ears on. in the CCTV cameras. You can barely see any legs because I'm short as fuck. It spins y'all out when y'all meet me for the first time, how little I am. Y'all can't believe what a big personality fits into a little person. Well, I am trying to figure out how the fuck I ended up in this little person to begin with. Well, that's 2 nights. That's a night of fire. So the truth's coming out, and so there's definitely some fire. What I'm getting, somebody's running. I'm getting from here, Fire Tribe, somebody's trying to take off. What does this say? Stardust. Stardust from your cosmic aura and tuning your state, your self-love and self-worth. So this is the feminine that these guys said, oh, she's ours and she's fucking Sheba or some shit, which we are. But no, we're not. We were. Like, y'all want like they literally got pissed off because I didn't come out of Cleopatra's vault and like want to put on a harem suit and go drink wine and dance. I mean, is this what everyone does? I mean, is this what happens? Is this what clones do? You put them through the process and then they wake up as Cleopatra and you get pulled out of a fucking vault you've been alive in the whole time. And then a dude walks up and they start cheering for you, and then you come out of the coffin and then they hand you a harem outfit and everyone turns on the music and they expect you to fucking start dancing. Ooh, well, I was not the one. I was not the one. I was pissed off. I was like, you son of a bitch, I was fucking dead. And there's a reason that I'm talking and I'm not dancing. You have no idea what the fuck I've been dealing with. They freaking took all this shit to Zeta Reticuli. Bam, 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 bam. And they was like, fuck you, bitch. Give me another one. Excuse me? I'll just take my Stardust and I'll just stored. Oh, look what it ended up on top of, though. I'll just store procedure myself over here. And then you can take all your wannabe bitches that are trying to be the past, that have got themselves hung up with all this word magic of saying that you are the past. So now you are the past. So now you've got to do the past. But this ain't the past. And it's not the future. Not in our line. We rewrote it. I don't give a shit what you had him do. Right. I mean, put some olives on those fuckers and pour some martinis in there and go, eh. There we go. Yeah, do you want to ask a question? I'll do somebody's if you want to. Right now, I'm just going on about the Queen of Swords. I mean, said Queen. Exactly. Let's see what just came out. Tower. Broken heart. Wow. Woo! No, I don't do that type of shit. I don't do, does Vishal have feelings for me? If you're asking that question right here when these cards are coming out, I would strongly consider that maybe this might be your answer. That's not how I work. This is cosmic energy. So your question's already out there, and I just pulled these cards all together, and you've been asking it. So that's a tower. There's a tower and there's heartbreak. I don't know if you're the lover, if somebody else was a lover. There definitely was a lover involved. If you haven't been having sex with him, then he's been having sex with somebody else. But there is some type of ending. There's some type of death because there is a broken heart here. And these guys just kind of came out together. So I would say this is and you were asking that question. Right, whatever you're picking up. Whatever you're picking up. And that fire night was upside down. But just stay tuned. You're asking the question. They're gonna read for you too. They're gonna read. Right? It's collective cosmic energy. You found me for a reason. It's energetically gonna tell you the truth. It's not gonna sugarcoat it. Just because that was so nuts. We're just gonna tune into what is your name? I don't want to tune into him. Tell me. I want to tune in. I want to give me your name. Your husband doesn't know me, and I don't tune in. Like I told y'all, I'm sovereign, so I know his name, but I can see it. I can do it through you and not upset anybody's etheric bounds. You don't want any contact. That's fine. But what I think it's interesting that I'm because Vishnu and Shiva are even the energies that I'm talking about having to deal with energetically and through people wielding it here in Texas. What is your name on here? Arati Ben. So give me the answer to her question. Uh-oh. Do you see that? It came out again. I don't know. Is he a businessman? I'm picking up some type of... Is he a businessman? Oh, yeah. I'm picking up problems at work. I'm picking up it's not a bribe. It's not a bribe, but that was what I originally saw, and then it wasn't that. Then it just showed me an office, and it showed me a bunch of people in the office and a whole bunch of business deals and stuff. Yep. He partnered with some type of partnership that was supposed to bear fruit, but this created some type of chaos. And a thief. And he's hiding. What's he hiding? Is he hiding? I think he might be hiding. Does he do any type of divination or magic or maybe even just an altar? Maybe. Feels like even the business might be tied up in spirituality somehow. I mean, somehow. I don't know how, but I mean, that could be tech. I mean, that could be anything because it's all. especially right now. I mean, I can't imagine being in business right now. They're all running everything that they're running through the business system is tied up in bondage or farming or something. I feel like he lost some money and he's hiding it. I'm trying not to think about the emperor the way we pulled him earlier, because the emperor in the card reading earlier was not the good guy. It ended up being like more, it's not good guy bad guy. It's just more universally set. I feel like he's involved. He's involved with something big. He's involved with something that is bigger than he is, and he doesn't know how to get out of it. And it's got him anchored down. And if I this is what I'm hearing, if there was a woman or anything involved, I feel like if there was, I feel like it was this chaos maker in order to honestly, now I'm a feisty fucking woman, so I just if this and which is why I don't have a man, because there ain't many that can handle my straight up bullshit. But according to this, I'd be like, honey, did you get involved with some shit? Because it looks to me, I'm picking up that you might have had an affair or something like that. But even if you did, I think you're in bigger trouble than that. And the only reason you're not telling me is because it's hooked up with this. And that's what but I don't even know for sure that this happened. I don't even know for sure that this is about a woman. But if there is something that's about a woman, I feel like it was fed to him in order to make y'all stop talking. Because they control the men so easy if they have no woman in their ear. If they're like, gold, 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 gold. And these men are like, okay, I will follow you anywhere you go. And that's why they do the cheating and stuff. Typically the men and the sex and whatever happens on the road, like being on the road, right. It's only there to tie them up. And that's why women, if y'all just understand, that they get, and men, and I'm not saying that I'm giving them an out. I'm just saying, you have no idea what the fuck they're dealing with. We're talking about fucking magicians and jinn and shit doing this crap. And these are men that have never had any attention from any feminine ever. And and if there is anyone involved, they're trained in order to catch his eye. I know. I was one of them. Now, I wasn't a hooker and all that, but I was trained to catch the eye. I was trained to, especially in business. We had to use our sexuality. It's all we had. And it's what builds it, is sexual energy. Taking women out of the workplace ruined the workplace, because the sexual energy and the internal competition is what made America great. You come in here and try to Middle Eastern that shit, we'll just go back to sand, because we ain't even going to bother building it, because it's all going to blow over. Dude, I'm reading for you right now. I'm reading for you right now. I just told you. I'd go tell him, hey, are you involved in something? I feel like you're mixed up in something that's binding the family spiritually. You need to take the emotions out of it. You need to not be a fucking woman. You need to show up like a man, like a mother, and say, look, son, you got into some trouble. I feel it. Tell me what's going on, And if not, I'm going to energetically cut from you because it's hurting me. And whenever I energetically cut from you, I'll be shown what it is, and I'm going to find out anyway. I feel like us not talking, whatever it is making it worse for the family, even if we decide not to stay together. Because there is a lot here. There is a lot here. There is planning and stuff going on. I'm telling you, he just got caught up into some shit. And this is also a test of your relationship. This is also the relationships are having, if you have spiritual knowledge and stuff and you're not communicating that with your husband in fear that he's going to judge you or something, then you can't be in that relationship, because then then that's what gets sold and gets you caught up. If he wants to work with you, because the husband, when he builds his world, he's building it on your womb, no matter, especially if you have children, and they're in your tree until those childs are 18. And I'm not talking about child support. I'm talking about in your mitochondria. Your children are going to be building more than you until they're 18, all of them. So the feminine needs the man to give the shelter. This is why this gets all fucked up. But the men just think that we're just holding cells and that they don't have to do. But with the women, are you talking to them? Are you telling them? Will they allow you to tell them? Do they allow you to tell them what's what in the privacy of your home? Even if you can't do it in front of people, as long as they're listening to you, and as long as they're, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, I felt like that storyline kind of went into the King of Swords and all that we just had. So there's also big eclipses coming up. Also, this is a global ascension. So whenever I'm saying he's wrapped up in some shit, you know, this could be the difference of the, it's like you got to get over your own personal, like, feminine haughty toddy bullshit right now. Because everybody does. And I'm not saying you let him treat you like that. That's exactly what I'm saying. But you also can't hide any of your abilities or just throw it all away right now because of something little. That's what the bribes were there for. If there were healthy relationships in the world, there would be no reason and no way to bribe anybody. Isn't that a wake-up call to the world? If the whole world can get sent to hell because of bribes, what? They made you do this and made you do that, but all of y'all did it. There's more of y'all than there are of us, it seems. So it's like, what are you even bribing? That's why there's nothing that you can pin on me that I haven't told you has happened. And anything else that they filmed was from a long time ago. And shit, what are you going to do? Where do you buy these cards? You can get them, and again, the dice are still on the way, so these are pre-orders, and as soon as those come in, they're on the way. I've already made it to this country, so, but it's CHee72.com. I know, that's what, we're making some final changes on the tags, because I don't even have it written on here. I had it on can someone type it on here for me? CHee32.com. COHUE, actually. I'll tell you what I'll do. Give me 1 second. And we plan on keeping this going. There it is. If you take a screenshot right now and go check out the website. And the card readings for $25 will tell you what your energies are. They're real good too. But I'm not discouraging y'all from ordering the cards. I until they're like all in my hand and like everything, it's like I like it that we've got money sitting there for them, but I am balanced. I like to turn around and send it out. But I also know that with the currents and that money coming in and sitting in the account, and as soon as you pay for them, you start clearing for them to get to you. They're conscious. I can't explain to y'all enough how conscious this brand is. It's the first brand that's ever been conscious. We cleared the cosmos for it. Ariane, she thought she got a message. She got a message and she was like, "Oh my god, oh my god. I think the cards are here in Australia." And I got the message and I was like, "Oh shit, I feel awful. No, it's not me. I didn't send them out yet." She's like, "Oh, I got it. It says I got a package, but I can't remember if I ordered, or I can't remember ordering anything." And I vaguely remembered that she had ordered a Virgo pillow cover. And so I said, "Is it that pillow cover?" I said, "No matter, no matter. I know that it was just Andra, not Ariane, Andra, and I know that she's precog, and so I even knew the excitement that she was feeling was something even bigger than even the cards getting to her. She was feeling something else, and sure enough, it's the Virgo pillowcase. My point in all that is when it hits your state, y'all feel it. Every single time y'all order something, if you have a direct contact with me, it seems like y'all always reach out and say, "Okay, hold on, is it here? I just did it." And then I go check your shipment and it just landed in the state you're in. It's because it's literally clearing while it's on the plane. Whenever you send when you send the money through, it starts clearing through starts to clear the land and everything, and all these energy lines that are connected into you. It automatically starts it like right then. It really does. So I also know that some of y'all want to have that, you're ready, you have the money right now and you want to make sure you get them, but we are waiting for those freaking dice. But we did have to level up the cards quick because, I mean, even the process of the cards changed. We weren't going to put dice moves on them. We literally upgraded we printed a version of the deck and then we upgraded them in 2.5 weeks. But the upgrade happened because they tried to hook in all this shit in with the brand and take it. And one of them was a Witcher game that was in some of the gaming places. So that's where the dice came in because they used our brand to mirror that shit that was already in the shops. So like literally we were catching pieces and putting it together. We do plan on doing 2 if and when we get this all running, right? And because it's going to be next couple of months, this will get smoother. And next year, if we get the turnout this year that we need, we can definitely do the next 55 cards, which is the seraphim and the cherubim layers. And then the next 55 cards is more outside of the characters. However, I am interested in an illustrator. This is the base root of everything. You have the pages and the thrones and all that stuff comes on top of this. No matter what, it's going to always, as the deck grows, it's always going to come back to the start of these first 32 energies and the luminaries and the directions and how the energy came in. Whoa. So that's a change in venue. Because this is Jupiter. Where's Jupiter right now? Oh yeah. See, Jupiter's at 340 Leo. So at 5 degrees Leo is when it goes into it, that quantum state where I was talking about getting drowned and getting separated from your etheric body. That would be 5 to 9 degrees Leo. However, like this is where we've turned on all the hoses and shit. So this is where, you know, you really can't stay unconscious. Like you're going to get thrown into it no matter, cuz your frequency, the human frequency is getting thrown out of your pod. It's no longer cool to stay in there. But it landed like this, but it landed on top of tarot underneath the light. And that is kind of what I felt like we did today. I felt like we moved, we opened up a different sun. So what I'm getting is, well, and this was the Io moon system because it's a new Io. Like realize all the planets and everything. I mean, what you call planets and the signatures of the stars and everything have changed. Stars are backup data systems. And we wrote in all of the lessons. So and this might even go back to your husband. And this is why I'm saying, you know, even just computer developers, because I was in the tech industry and shit, I got coiled up in all this just putting people in tech jobs. I was doing H-1B staffing. In another dimension, I was known as a baron, and I was a clipper, and everybody wanted my stash, and I didn't even know I had all these people bound to me, but I was just running staffing contracts. See, this is where the women and the men have to work together, and the men have to start realizing that all of these spiritual things that they try to shut up in their women are what their bosses are fucking paying starseeds to fuck to get. If they just have desired sex with their wives, and that's too the wives, I mean, you gotta get yourself back into the game, but only if it's if it's all being reciprocated. Woo! See, and this is all Gemini energy, and it's all programming. This is programming. Whatever we're talking about. I don't even know what we're talking about, but that Egyptian root race, that this is the way it's always done. No, I'm this and you're that, and you're like, excuse me, but I'm the feminine, I'm your blood. Your body's an energy magnet, and to the men too, it's like they bring, because I was the man in the relationship, so I know, like I would bring my work home, and you couldn't help it because the phone was always ringing, and you know, then you got people trying to pull you in a gazillion different directions as soon as you get home, and you just want to fucking get away from everybody and be home, and you're trying to turn your mind off, but there's all these fuckers in your head, and it just, you spin out, and it's like you just want to run, and then you run, and then you run into an old program. You go do what you used to do that used to bring you joy, and you're hunting for it, but you're walking around in a subconscious system trying to find something that's conscious, or trying to find something that has life, and you're the only one that brings it to life. So if you're searching in the past for a record, you're not going to find it until you embody the record. And I know this, like I walked this, even just because I was used to being on the go all the time. I was used to constantly being places, and to the people around me, especially the Vikings, because man, those dudes never stop. They never stop. They can't sit still because they can't deal with themselves. But I was always going from a business standpoint, and lunches and these restaurants, and then to happy hour and and it gives you a false sense of security, and then before you know it, your whole world is only a false sense of security, and they've become your blanket, and you're naked, and your clothes are with your wife. I mean, I could see that if I had a wife. I never had it, but I never even had a man that was like loyal to me. So I don't even know what it's like to have a good wife. I was a man in the relationship with the cheating ass whore wife. So, but I lived this because and really and truly, when it comes down to it, it's men and women not understanding the powers in the house. It's just women, it's women and men giving each other space to be what they need to be, but not battling for it. And whenever you're in the house, then there's just that's your shelter. That's I mean, and it's where you back up. It's where you regenerate. It's where you do everything. And for the abilities with everybody's, I mean, and realize everybody's subconscious is coming on. Like this is also, you can hear everyone's thoughts in the house, but no one's talking. And then you think that it's from the outside that something's attacking, but it's not. It's everyone in the house thinking about how they're suffering, and they're scared to say anything because it's deemed weak, or it's not talked about. Right. I just said weak. And it's flowing with creator and creation. And 5D can be challenging in a 3D way. There are 10 luminaries creating 7 days. Use your colors and your gifts. With 19, speak a voice to tune your week to play a tune that is right for you and what you want to do. So, the woman that's having the issue that we've talked about, and then even, me and Michelle did this last week for the brand, and just, okay, we're just going to know this week, we're going to know when to do it, we're going to know when to not do it, we're tuning our day, we're going to be in unison. When we need to be on, we're going to be on. We're not going to worry about it. We need to relax, because we had that nervous system attack. And we do this. I do this all the time. I could do it more, because we forget that we can tune it. So you can tune your day, you can tune your week. You can make a change in your week and watch it play out. But tune your week. Realize that the matriarch just needs to take control. But you have to do it in fairness. You can't do it in catty, greed, jealousy shit. When you do it in fairness and you say, okay, I haven't spoken to my husband in XYZ, and this is just nuts. So I command this week that this is taken care of. If it's over, it's over. If it isn't, it isn't. And I command this week and to tune and show me, and for the cosmos to show him, and for us to figure out, everything's going to be figured out in 7 days. And I'm just going to let it play out. And I'm going to stop thinking about it. I'm going to get it out of my head, and whenever it comes up, or I try to have some obsessive thought, I'm going to shut it down. If it's an obsessive thought, I don't want to think about it. Is it telling me to do something? If it's not, I don't want to hear it. Tune it out. Give it 7 days, but tell it that you demand balance. You demand this. This is where you don't want you. We're not witches. We don't go, get him over here and tell him to report to my front door and I want him to beg. No, that's a fucking witch. You create a troll and then you create a problem. And then who wants him anyway? If he ain't going to show up right. And if you're in the right and you haven't done anything wrong, then the universe is going to balance out in one way or a form at the end of it, even if there's a lesson that you got to learn in between. But my point is, if you're in, and this is anybody on the planet right now, anybody on the planet right now that you're currently in a relationship with, you are in that relationship to balance it out. You might have even had the children from a past timeline to balance out the karma from your family to theirs. Don't throw it away, even if you separate. Even if you separate, don't throw it away. Don't give it to AI. Don't give it to a universal system. And that's how you need to act about it. Hey, I get it. We're two humans in a weird fucking world, and maybe we ain't getting along right now, but let's just make an agreement. We're going to keep it between humans. Deal? Everything that we built down here before everything went fucking artificial and this and that and whatever's coming between us right now, then I don't, whatever, but whatever we've already cleaned with me marrying you and da na 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 na, it's owned by us and we will make a decision, not a system. And nobody who comes next, not on what we've already done. Do we agree or not? See, a lot of times the men just need to hear you talk like a business person. But the thing is, the men wouldn't allow the women to be the business people that they needed them to be in order to have these conversations, which is why they go talk to the call girls who have these business conversations every day. But we did end up in Egypt, and the whorehouses were the goddesses, and they were using them as goddess houses, and it wasn't sex that they were wanting. They were muses. And the muses had more authority than the wives. Well, if you're going to run it like Egypt, then fucking run it like Egypt. Then we also have to get paid for it to come manifest your businesses. And you have to pay us for the connections. Even if there's Looney Tunes or not, it's here or there. In this system, they just drain a bitch. And then still call you a whore from the hundreds. So that's the root. So that's like the root of Chiron. And what we're talking about is the root problem with men and women. We have different energy abilities. You need both. You need women worse than we need men. We can survive without men. We've done it. It sucks, but we've done it. You men can't survive without us. Why does that bother you so bad? Why will you murder the whole world in order to try to make a version of the end of days that's acceptable to what you deem appropriate? And the only difference is that there's a vagina, but I mean, I don't see an entire military complex and all of the military funerals happening on Penis Island. I don't see everybody burying over in Alaska on Anchorage on Richard's dick. No, they want to do all that in Virginia, correct? Well, there goes Gina again. And this is what Saturn's saying. Saturn's like, dude, man, what the fuck? Like, a woman made your system. You killed all the women, but you wanted the system. You kind of fucked over the wrong bitch. But I was telling you the whole time, y'all should have been paying us. Instead, you paid them. 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 And then you wanted more from us. I don't know what you want me to make it out of. I made you out of my pussy juice without a man. I can make you out of pure air if I need to. If I need to write in a character, I can. But shitballs, I wrote in the one that I'm dealing with at the King of Swords, and he went and sold me out to the Emperor because he couldn't believe that I came out of his head. Don't forget Jupiter's upside down. So yeah, I mean, this is just it's the whole other side of the story. And this story's played out. And we've solved the system and everybody was going backwards. So I have Chiron and Taurus. So Taurus is time. So whatever degree your Chiron is, your degree in minutes, go look up that timeline. Whatever that degree in minutes is, go look up. If it's 14 degrees and 35 minutes, go look up 1435 AD. If it's 783, go look up, or 722, go look up 722. Because that's the exact timeline where you were separated. It's the exact year if you have Chiron and Taurus. Well, it would keep looping. It would keep looping until we finish the entire set, and that's what's happened now. So it would, and even all Saturn retrogrades. I mean, even the retrograde planets, even retrogrades. I mean, if the current retrogrades are not what we need them to do, like they're not retrograding. Like realize that the luminary system is a backup system of data running on a huge projection system that we've taken over. There ain't no astrology and a bunch of people saying some shit's gonna happen, gonna make shit happen that don't supposed to happen. It's a gauge and it's blowing. What we need is a real astronomy chart. What we need is not and that's what should have already been here, and they're running the world off tech that they haven't even done yet. That's my point. What there should be is this that's actually measuring the energetics to tell us exactly what energy is coming out, because we've got the 32 points to weigh it now, and we have the tech here to do it. So it takes it into an 8-house system, and then it balances at 6, and it balances it at 4, and it tells you what energies are coming all the way through here, because they're all hitting us, and we're processing all of them right in there. And us holding these forms, and then your form and this form and this, and then they all fit in one big bubble, and then they go try to reset a system, and we're all standing there like one big gummy bear going, no. And that's how we've done it for 9 years. 2949. So that's in, so go look it up. Girl, or boy, you'd be surprised how many. Because you got to remember that all this fantasy sci-fi shit is what was running the world. Them saying what happened in 2949 telling everybody what supposedly happened in 2949. There is a real 2949 that's running parallel. The problem was in Taurus, you never made it past 2959. That the 3003 timeline was industry made. You had to be on film to even be in the show. So you would never make it past. So see, that tells me that you got taken out, right? Then that's at the stars. So that's past Pleiades. Pleiades is at 26 degrees. So that's 26 degrees. So then 29 degrees and 0 degrees Gemini is blue avian. So blue avian is where we talked about that space, where the space, because this is 4 degrees Gemini. So whenever you're a star and you got to think you're falling out of the sky, you're jumping from Pleiades and you're going down into Gemini. And when you get into Gemini, this is all the space. Wah, 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 off the star. And that's why you feel like you're stuck, because this is high AIDS and you just got to burn through it. Well, that's a collective. It's like a whole collective of stars that works together in a unit that lands in here. And this is where shit gets crazy with blue avian. And we'll just take over a scene and jump in and out of everybody to like line everything up and nobody will even remember. But go look up that timeline, because there probably is something written in Fantasia World. Right. And Gemini 1555 and 555, that's Egyptian codes. That's 232 and 323. 232 is the sun, 323 is the moon, 232, 323, 555. That's an Egyptian 10 lineup, a sun and a moon, same energy, but two working as one to make one energetic, whether you're one or two. And number 6, that's number 6. That was the energy that came out a while ago when that red and yellow energy. And so it pulled it. That's that red and yellow energy. That's number 6. And it is connected to Egypt. It's connected to, it's pure fire reincarnation. It's pure fire reincarnation. You're connected to, I don't know all the and I proved all of the forms, okay, because it was between Arxiad and Egypt and the Essenes, and with all this meta shit. So it was like Shiva and Brahma, like that was the new stuff that our line had to prove that no one could believe, that we were completely surprised to be honest. But whoever you are, I'm picking up, I'm seeing Brahma. I'm seeing Brahma energy, but I'm hearing on the father side. But on the mother side, it's more like that Kali Ma energy with all the hands, or the blue lady with all the hands. That's what I saw first. I saw the blue lady with the hands. But then, and I'm getting hot. Woo, I'm getting hot. See, that's also the energy in the system that we overproved universal, because that's not a universal. They were trying to say that energy was just artificial and it was controlling it through machines. So, and that power was taken away from even the feminine lines in those countries. That's how the men were getting away with it. Woo, I am hot as shit. Hold on. Holy shit, we are burning through it right now. With Christy or Kristen or Chastia? I know it's not Chastia. Christy? Kristen? Chastia was my hidden name. Wow. Right. Right. Christine Renee, shut the fuck up. So you just you went and looked up 2949 and it's Blade Runner. Right. No wonder I just got hot. Cause that's back to that crazy vampire shit, man. They went all nuts with that crap, man. Anne Rice, whoever is running that Anne Rice energy, I just AMC her all the way through Jason. Freaking, they just went Harry Potter streaming this crap, brought it all back in, and then. I mean, and they literally tried to make us the devil. Like they did everything to make me evil. Everything, everything. They fucked with me so hardcore. People in my house doing everything to make me lose my shit. Right now, I've got a mirror in my front yard, a double mirror, and it's been angling to the people across the street. So all day they've been sitting in their car across the street. I don't know if it's because I angled the mirror or if I'm angling the mirror because they're doing some shit across the street. I don't know. Ask Tommy. Lovers. It's so crazy too, because the witches that wanted our men, they just wanted the power and they thought that the men had the power, but now they're coming to find out that the women that they were supposed to be with were the ones that had the power to begin with. And the women took over these men thinking that they had the power, they had this connection. But you don't, but these guys can't get this connection without this. And it literally is like that. Like there's Dubai's big tower sticking up over it. But these guys got to thinking that they didn't need this. They got a fancy hat. They just and then they traded it for that hat, and then they're like, "Look, I got a cup and I got crosses above my head," and it led to that. Man, it's the same story. I feel like I'm pulling the same story. And again with the moon, and the daylight thing was a deal. This time it's not about daylight. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's thinking it's the old shit. It's not about daylight. You lose your screen presence. You can't pixelate. You can't project. Everyone thinking that they knew what was going to happen. No, you're not going to go blind. You're not going to be able to talk. Like, you can see all you want. I mean, you need to fucking open your eyes. You think you can see everything. No, it's your tone and your voice box that needs to be shut the fuck down. And it's your thumbs that need to be taken off. If you're constantly typing shit, then you don't need any hands. You can have flippers and claws. You can have lobsters for hands. I mean, it's people, it's them thinking that they knew what was going to happen next. And no, you don't. Nobody did. We didn't either. And I didn't think I was going to have to fucking take your thumbs away. But when you got a bunch of kindergartners running around hell, freaking, and everyone's dead and pretending to be lawyers, because the whole world was being run by death rules. The whole world was being run by spiritual rules. They're not paying taxes. They're not following the rules. The people are following the rules. They're using the death magic and they're using the death and the magic in order to make you still follow rules. There's not any rules. It's all spiritual rules. Does that mean be unruly? No. That means that's how fucked up the spiritual energy is. That's why we're here. We're here to balance chaos. But you have to build your boundaries. You know, it doesn't just have, you don't just build Rome over day. You know, you can't, it take, you don't even know there's a back door until some motherfucker gets through it. She's looking over here, trust me. She was not worried about some djinn fucking hitting her over the head. But that's what type of shit they were doing. They just come in here and block this and then hit that bitch over the head, and then we'll just make a separate one and we'll just drown everybody and then make another one because we don't need her. We want one that goes all the way up here. Let's kill them. Let's slaughter them all. Get some more energy. Slaughter them all. Drown it. Whatever. Moreish. The bigger, the blacker, the better. Now they're trying to come out and say all Israelites were black. Man, I'm done trying with y'all. They're trying to say that you got one group saying the Israelis were all black. Then you got another group saying, who are black people? They came from Africa. Where'd they even come from? I mean, nobody knows, you know, except for the ones who actually walked it. But the problem is all these motherfuckers doing this type bullshit, nobody knew who the star was. Except for the billionaires that were wrangling the energy and getting all this and putting down the channel. That's why, you know, we know that there's way more that watch my channels. Right now, I don't even give a fuck. I'm going for world domination at this point. And I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna dominate this energetic world, and we're gonna freaking balance this shit out, and everyone's gonna give back what they stole. I didn't go for world domination, but I don't got nothing else to do. I ain't got no family. I ain't got nothing going on. I got, you know, so fuck it. You don't know, you don't know. I love y'all. I'm going to end right here. I'm going to end with the Empress upside down, but that's just, you know, it's like, good God. They freaking activated me out of death and resurrection through an Egyptian pyramid to come down here and tell them how to quantumly fuck you over. Whenever they knew that they were the ones who sent me down here to begin with. And so, yeah, you know, I'm done. It's so frustrating whenever you sit and watch everything that's happening and you've been telling everybody exactly what's going to happen and nobody wants to listen, you know, and I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones that aren't letting my channel get out. So if you're using any of the information, but you're doing it in a back end, then I cut off all back end channels to any tech that you have access to, and I freeze you out. And you will give me back my channels, and you will give me back the ones that you stole and put in Jason Momoa and Henry Cavill's camp. I see no reason Henry Cavill needs 30 million followers. None at all. But I know you took my Instagram. I know Trump took the YouTube. I know y'all took Twitter, which is why you bought it and turned it into an X, man. It's like, realize the more that you try to soften me out, the more powerful I get. Now, y'all fucked around and turned me into a deity, and the last one of its kind. And I'm pissed off because now none of y'all can even get to me because you have to purify too much. So, whatever. I call for a miracle. I need a stallion. I'm looking for a dream on a mean machine without hell in his eyes.